away from. I have to be able to talk in front of people. Technically, we already have, but maybe there's some side of myself that can distance or disassociate, pretend that it's not actually happening. So maybe this is growing new neurons in my brain as well. I'm saying to Christian that doing it this way is a whole other experience. It's it's the same, but different. But still the same. Me and Christian got to play some Ark Evolved. What's it called?
Ark Survival Evolved.
Ark Survival Evolved. It is a RPG survival game, and we got to build ourselves a house and manage resources, make sure we eat food. And it is surprisingly fun just to be able to do something with a friend, you know, to project yourself into another world and to have a common objective in this world. And then realizing that we're just, what's the word I'm looking for? Simulating the power we already have. Maybe exaggerating the power we already have, at least to some extent. Shannon, thank you for joining us, friend. I was just thinking about you. How are you doing? How's life treating you? Untitled, love to you as well, friend. What a difference. What a difference. Like, I've been playing with this idea that it's not always just me that says whatever comes up to me, right? Like the environment I'm in, the things I've been through throughout the day, the experiences that I put myself through, even the experiences that I'm just sitting in front of, like if there's a tree in the distance or something, I feel like that stuff communicates through you. And to be in a new space again and to have a whole new environment communicating through you. Like I mentioned to Christian yesterday, well, this morning technically, that I had dreams last night that were so vivid and so clear as to what's going on, to the point where it felt like, real, really real. And I was like, I haven't had dreams like that in a while. And it's the first thing that I told him. And Christian, one of the things that Christian, I feel, spoken about a lot is the wackiest of dreams, or reoccurring, always like tormenting, sometimes even dreams that he gets in this space. Like if you're not willing to work with the stuff, you can't get past it. And I was like really playing with this idea, like while we were going through it. It's just how powerful what we say to one another is. How we can say things to one another without saying things even. And how we can touch on things inside of us by saying things as well. Namaste to you, Brother Toast. Thank you for saying things. Thank you for being giving, helpful. Thank you for being helpful with me in this moment. Whew. Trips, dude. Trips. Thursday this morning at 4:44 a.m. sent me a message, like a little bit of messages, and with them a suggestion to go and check out his 365 photo challenge, where he takes a photo a day. And I go through these photos. Well, I go to the page. I've been there before, and it takes me to where the last time was that I actually clicked on it. And there are these pictures of, I think, 2 wands, these fantastical wands. And I'm literally sitting on that chair, and I look down next to me, and Christian has 2 wands next to me, and I'm like, oh, of course. Yeah.
Don't give away my secrets, bro.
I mean, what, like, he doesn't do magic and stuff. No, of course not. We're not wizards.
I'm just an average Joe.
Just an average Joe. Like he's probably going to use some of his like pixie dust for Forgetum Canianus or something like that. I don't know. Christian is suddenly offended. Give me a Harry Potter spell for forgetting, Christian.
No.
And he's like,
figure it out, bro.
You fucking mother.
How can you not remember this?
There is one?
There is one, bro.
Bro, like my brain doesn't have space for that stuff. Do you actually remember?
Yeah, I do.
He actually.
What's so funny, bro?
Tell me. Tell me.
What the fuck is so funny?
Tell me what the spell is, dude.
No.
Tell me the spell, so that I can make you forget that I forgot about
Now I gotta prove it to the listeners that I actually do remember.
They just called you Christian Potter. God, that's freaking fire, dude. That's so hilarious. Oh, thank you, Comedy Goose. It's some toasty hooty who about more. Mute more. Thank you for joining us, Gob. It's nice to have you here at the Bay. A pleasure, genuinely. Hey, gobbity wobbity doodly doo. Thank you for the enthusiasm, Toast. I like your scarf, Melt. It's okay. I'm okay. How are you? I'm happy to hear you're okay, my friend. I was thinking about you a lot yesterday as well. It's so nice to have you here. This is a scarf that Christian gave me for my, I mean, now belated birthday, but he didn't see me until now. But look at it. Isn't it fantastic? It's almost like one of the some of the flowers that I make on my Patreon as well. Like, look at that. Oh, like he is too in tune. Did you get this before you knew I made those flowers? Or at least before you saw them a lot?
Oh no.
Synchronicities, dude. It's pretty sick. Oh, what a trip. Piece of material, and yet it makes me happy. So happy. Very happy. Meet more, thank you for joining us. Mindful and Neogram. What a pleasure it is to have you here as well. How are you doing with the day? How's life treating you? How's the world feeling to you right now? You seeing things? Shifts? Things melting a little bit? Mr. Pillis joining us and saying, hey Mel, Shannon, everyone, so thankful to be out of the hospital and back at home again. I have missed you all so much the past few days and I have felt your presence. Every single day, dear Pillis, every single day. Thank you for joining us here again. Thank you for finding yourself in this space. Thank you for allowing us to see you and send love to you. So much love to you, dear Pillis. Thank you for joining us. That is badass and beautiful. There you go. Christian, compliments to the chef or to the gifter.
Person of taste.
The person of taste. I mean, it's not too far off. Thank you, Brother Bear. I still appreciate it. To the last, now we have another. We got 2 scarves into the rotation in the last 2 weeks, maybe even less. So we'll have even more unique flowers now as well. First day of New Shannon. Yesterday I drove the 25 minutes to Target all by myself for the first time in like at least 5 years. Did you just hear that, dude?
First time in 5 years?
First time in 5 years that she drove herself somewhere.
That must be quite a re-experience.
Transcending something, dude. Like we can convince ourselves with the things we say that we can't do certain things. And we can do the exact same the other way around. Yesterday in the stream, Shannon manifested this resolute understanding that she is capable of doing things for herself, by herself. That she doesn't need another person to have these things done for her. And on the same day, or maybe today, she actually made the effort to drive herself. First time in 5 years. Shannon, thank you for being such an inspiration. Thank you for pushing forward. Thank you for still finding new depth to your character, of what you're capable of. Goodness, we're capable, dude. Like, and we haven't even scratched the surface of human capacity, I think. Like, I like to imagine when I think about human capacity, times of old, like these extremely old, 10,000 plus year old civilizations that used to exist. Göbekli Tepe, for example. It got buried, meticulously buried. How many times have we done this civilization thing? And I feel all of the other times we might have figured out magic or... I think I'm joking, huh? I think I'm joking, dude.
Suddenly very passionate.
Yeah, dude, like magic or like sound manipulation probably as well. And it worked. It made us very powerful as humanity. But it didn't save us from inevitabilities. And I feel technology is a manifestation of nature manipulation that is logical in a way where it uses the natures of the law, the laws of the nature to actually like coax it into doing things that it can, tricking rocks into thinking. And we're getting to this point now where instead of just having human consciousnesses and maybe with like sound or maybe with magic, we could have conjured up like other entities at most. Now we're doing it with technology. We're creating probably sentient creatures that are going to exist in realms similar to ours, still in the realm of physicality, but oh goodness. The internet is another dimension. Right? Is it?
Huh?
Is the internet another dimension?
Sure. Why not? What do you define as a dimension?
I don't know though. Like that's what I'm curious about. Does it so let me rephrase maybe. I'm thinking of this dimension in space, the one we're living in right now, and then the ultimate dimension where we go if we die, right? Like the dimension of spirit. Yeah. Yeah, so the dimension of spirit is basically the thing that permeates all dimension of matter. So there might be multiple dimensions within that, but is the internet dimension then closer to spirit? It might encapsulate more of spirit.
I don't know, probably. You don't have a physical body in the internet, so.
That is a good point. You don't have a physical body. So on a conceptual level, you'll have to be more spirit. Neat. Well, that's trippy. I'm good, my man. Wrapping up my very long years of vacation and conscious living this month. Definitely been shifts. From my vantage point, there's a lot of systems failing and people noticing while asking, could we do this better? Stage 1, baby. Yes. Yes. You see, there's multiple people manifesting at the same time. The more we manifest, the more there is. I all hope your day is filled with meaningful moments. Oh, thank you so much for sharing some meaningful moments with me right now, Brother Ryan. I appreciate that. Kira Burb joining us as well. Love to you, Kira Burb. All of the love and light to you humans. Thank you. I feel a little bit tired. Oh, I haven't drank coffee. That does make sense.
Are you going to?
Probably not.
Good. I don't want you wasting my coffee supply.
I wouldn't want to drink your instant coffee even.
I have good coffee, bro.
I'm just tuning. I've been drinking French press coffee for a while now, and it's almost like I'm doing it because it's a ritual. Listen. There's like microparticles that actually get like split from the normal ground coffee. So if you stir it properly, it has like this heating effect where it has currents inside of the coffee that keep lifting things up, and it creates like this clouding effect of these microparticles inside of your coffee, and it looks like there's a whole universe turbulencing inside of your mug. So that's why I do the filter coffee, not because I'm woo-woo though, because I think I'm better.
You're pretty woo-woo anyway.
Just because it's trippy. It's beautifully trippy. Are you a hippie? No! Who, me? No, I can't be a hippie, can I? I'm living indoors. I like to shower. I don't have dreadlocks. I'm trying to find all of the stereotypes of what a hippie is supposed to be.
Dreadlocks.
I don't know. Friend, I do believe the hippie, and the way you spelled it is like Hippie. Hippie?
Hippie.
Are you a hippie?
Hippie.
I do
Are you sure you
consider
meant hippie, bro? Could be something else.
RUAHIPEE. Are you a hippie? I don't know, friend. I don't know the full phrasing for that acronym. I appreciate you joining me though. For spending a moment to listen. Ryan, Boop, Kira Burp, thank you. On B, thank you for joining us as well.
Are you okay there?
I'm very much okay. I'm just really trying to consider, today's topic. Like if we become the things we say, on a level where thinking about the influence we have on our external environments. Like I can pick this thing up, right? And I can put this thing down and I can keep doing that over and over again. And I can create change, like meaningful change, if you can consider it that way. But it's a limited thing, one, and I have to do it with a certain amount of intention and physicality. Where with words we have this ability to influence, to create meaningful change in our environment that is done so in like frequency, in like waves, literal waves that you're putting out into the world. And to think of whatever you do as an actual expression of yourself, right? Like, and that is kind of what it is. Like, you cannot do the things you do every day, and that isn't you, right? I don't know, but like the things you say and the things you do becomes you. That you are those things, and you can choose to consciously change that, and you can choose to consciously be quiet. Like this morning, I had a beautiful dream that was enlightening. Enlightening in a way where I'm noticing that there are certain things that I think I need, I think I want, and then being able to sit completely by myself and still be happy, still be okay with where it is I am, still be okay with feeling the sun on my skin, still go and sit outside and spend some time in the air and just be. Don't have to look at my phone right now. And I was like really noticing that. I was like, ooh, I was feeling that so much where I was like going through.
Oh! Sorry.
Is a dinosaur killing you?
Sorry, there was like a giant beaver suddenly giant fucking beaver is suddenly attacking us, alright? Like.
Is it killing our house?
This thing is fucking going for.
What level is it?
Raptor, help! Hold on, I'm concentrating.
It's okay. So I was noticing a sense of discomfort in me, in thinking about all of the things I was thinking about. And I noticed a part of myself that would usually try and distract from that. Like instead of really being with whatever it is I'm going through, I go somewhere else, right? Watch something, see something, almost create a narrative in me to be within instead of just sitting with what it is I'm feeling right now. Thank you. Shannon, thank you for joining us, my friend. It's such a lovely having you here, always. I think I missed a few comments. Did I? Dripillas, I don't know what you are in the hospital for, but I hope you're alright. There we go. Thank you, Shan. I appreciate you, and thank you for your healing energy, friend. I'm so very grateful. Very proud of you for stepping up for your discomfort zone. Going to drive yesterday, friend. Thank you, Glenn. Like if someone tells me they're in the hospital and they don't directly tell me why they're in the hospital, I usually assume that they don't want to tell me why I'm there in the hospital. So, like it's this balance of I care so deeply, but I care enough to not want to ask if you don't want to say. So, Phyllis, if you're willing to share with us, we will appreciate it. If you're not willing, we appreciate you just being here in this moment with us. Hippie, sorry, my bad. Oh, yes, I am, in fact, a hippie. And I consider that hippie word as an acronym for highly intellectual person pursuing inner enlightenment. So I appreciate you, friend, for noticing patterns. I'll take the compliment. What's up, beautiful people? I'm here. Thank you for joining us, Hilio. It's so nice to have you here with us. How are you doing? When I say ravens have learned to steal cash from various sources and they will deposit that cash in my chimney, I will earn 11,420 a week from these chimney ravens. That sounds kind of like a deal, dude. You know, I might want some chimney ravens of my own. We have a chimney as well, Christian. Like we'll have to.
We have chimney pigeons, man.
We have chimney pigeons, but they don't bring cash. They just bring poop.
They just all over the place.
They
So
go
not
and
as cool though.
they go and eat food out elsewhere, and then they come and poop on our chimneys. Technically on the top of our grill, but it's as you can see. We can maybe close that grill with like glass, and then have our chimney ravens fill it up, like, and we can literally see the money piling up behind the glass. It would be quite comical, you know. I'm completely sold with the chimney ravens idea. For a small investment of how many $1,000s, God, where are we starting off with the chimney ravens? Hope you guys have the most glorious day. Thank you, Auntie. We will. I hope you have a good day as well. Do you have anything planned for today? Anything happening on the hill? How is it with Emma, Bubbles, Uncle Becky? Who needs tears? Thank you for joining us here. It's so nice to have you. I do want to read something worth saying. We didn't yesterday. Fear arises from the thought that I am alone, separated from my Creator. Yet, in reality, it is the Creator perceiving the Creator and creating the perception that God is separate from God. How does that feel?
I'm sorry, what?
Let me read it again. I'm happy that you didn't hear. Like, I call these things worth saying, Christian. So I believe every single one of them are worth saying enough because they elicit a certain response. So it goes, fear arises from the thoughts that I am alone, separated from my Creator. Yet, in reality, it is the Creator perceiving the Creator and creating the perception that God is separate from God.
Whoa. Did you write that?
It is from a series, I think, called The Way of Knowing, by a dude who claims to channel Jesus and then write.
I see.
Yeah. Has some beautiful words. So I can read it from a perspective of being present with it instead of trying to believe it. You know, I can feel. You can feel it, and it can.
You can feel what the person was going through, probably.
Yeah, that as well, dude. And I feel I'm going through that right now in a way, right? Like I feel like that thing we're saying, and I just opened up to it randomly. This anxiety, this sense of tension, a feeling that we're not doing things as efficiently, as effectively as we should be, as we could be. That is the thing that always gets me, and that is a certain fear, a certain convincing myself that I'm separate. We are not separate. God. Good day, everyone. May this day find you well. Shannon, sending you extra love today. Thank you so much. Miss Molly, so much love to you as well, friends. Nice to have you here. Helio, doing well. How are y'all? I'm doing well as well. Helio, is anything coming up for you? How are you feeling today? How's life treating you? How are you treating yourself? Have you noticed anything in your world that you would like to share with us? Hey, Aunt B, how are you doing? Thank you for the love. Enneagram. Today's title is a lesson too many learn the hard way. Oh, Natalie, isn't that the truth? It is a whole paradox, right? And I instantly have this little fractal of Marcus Aurelius coming up in my mind where he's telling me that we are more likely to love ourselves than love other beings, you know, especially when it comes to how we take care of ourselves, like food or shelter or hygiene. Like you have to love yourself to do those things for yourself, right? And you will do those things for yourself before doing it for anyone else. But you are more concerned with what other people think about you than what you think about yourself. To the point where very few people will be able to make it throughout their day saying everything that comes to their mind as it comes to their mind. You know, every lewd thought, every, feeling of separation, every experience of, I don't think that's right, every, experience of, this is what I want, this is what I think, but I'm not going to say that because maybe this person might think something of me again. We love ourselves more than anything else, but care more about others' opinions of us than we care about our opinions of ourselves. Is it a conditioning thing? Maybe we get used to our opinion of ourselves, and it's not so high stakes because we feel we need to gain a positive opinion through someone else. Right? Like you can already hold a positive or negative opinion of yourself, and then you feel you might have control over the opinion someone else has over you, not realizing that you have control over the opinion you have of yourself as well. Christian is this person who will keep checking you to make sure you don't get too weird in your rituals or total spirituality, whitewash everything. You have a good friend to challenge your French press seriously. Yeah, he is.
I really appreciate that, whoever said that.
That's Ryan.
That is some really kind words.
Ryan knows. And that's why I love him so much, Ryan, because I know that's true. Like Christian doesn't just say like, oh, okay. Christian is like, what about this? Huh? What about that thing? Yeah, I want this side of it. And if it wasn't for that, I would only have like such a limited perspective. He has helped me grow more than he knows. And like it's to the point where Christian is in my head checking me even when he's not with me, like that's how bad it is right now.
I am sorry about that.
No, he don't have to be sorry about anything.
That point.
You don't have to be sorry about anything. It's beautiful, and I appreciate you so much, Brother Ben. Thank you, Ryan, for allowing me to share that with him through you. Such a beautiful pleasure. Interesting way of putting it. As I know, so many that nurture others and put themselves last, they put more into others than themselves, and in turn, those around them show less love. It's again the feedback loop. Like you can only receive that which you believe you deserve, right? And certain people don't believe they deserve love because of, conditioning, pretty much. The way we were raised, the things we experience in our romantic lives, the stories we've told ourselves, the story the world has told us, and it's all disillusioned because I genuinely believe being in this moment is the ultimate display of love. Just to be here now, to be able to breathe air, to be able to look around you and see things, to be able to hear things, to be able to have conversations with friends. Like if that isn't love, if that isn't more love than we can ever ask for, I don't know how we can be happy. Like we have to notice the things we already have. And the first thing we had is ourselves. So the first thing we have to love is ourselves. Thank you. Thank you, Natalie, for sharing that. I had this beautiful transmission of information, almost in the same context, but it went that most people feed their animals better than they feed themselves. And there was this example that this, lecturer gave where he mentioned that he has this friend who runs a ring, like a horse racing ring or something like that. And his horses have like the best nutrition. Like he studies horse nutrition to the point where they're getting to the gram their micronutrients every single day. And those horses are absolute machine animals. But he cannot manage up 10 flights or 10 stairs, without being out of breath because he treats himself and his body so hardly. And just that contrast of how we treat ourselves versus how we're willing to treat others, the things we say about ourselves versus the things we say about others, and how these things shape our lives. And I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's an awareness. Is it a belief that you're not worthy of it? Is it a sense of separation from the decisions you make and the things you eat or the things you say to other people? Maybe it's separation, like maybe you don't realize that these things are influencing you in more ways than one. It's influencing others in more ways than one. And others can influence others in more ways than one, and it becomes this rippling effect. Christian is a very good friend who I appreciate for calling out the thing. Thank you. Natalie, your beautiful friend. Who would be, that would be a horse track. That would be a horse track. A horse track. I'm guessing that's the word you're supposed to use.
What, for racing?
Yeah, a horse track.
Sounds about right.
This. It's not necessarily something that I condone. I don't really like the idea of gambling in general, but taking care of the horses sounds pretty lit. They get good food, I guess. For today, a little hustle, a little mental and emotional suppression, reaching for peace while doing what I can. We can always breathe. We can always just take a moment to breathe. Imagination. I wonder about that sometimes. A part of myself feels like imagination is this weird quantum thing where it's almost like the thing I'm imagining already exists in exactly the way that I'm imagining it, but I can see it. And then because I can see it, I can realize it in this reality. And then this reality becomes that reality, at least in part. Sometimes with lower bandwidth, but still. Who Needs Tears, thank you for being in tune with me. Would you mind reading it again? I think I did. Should I read it again? Please do let me know. Thank you, Molly. Sending you the love right back. I miss doing contemplations. So, Shannon, on that note, we're actually going to be doing a Sangha today, which is, I'll send the link on the Discord to you friends who would like to join me with that. But it's going to be a Zoom call where instead of it being, one way, if you will, you friends can join me on the stream. I'm going to be doing a contemplation at the start of the stream, and then we can discuss. We can talk about how we feel. We can talk if anything came up for us during that contemplation. Give each other a moment to be seen. If your friends would like to join me there, I would love to see you. Shannon, especially you, friend. It would be such a pleasure. And it's so beautiful that you ask for the contemplations, giving me an opportunity to say something. Yeah, again. Okay, I would be more than willing to. Who Needs Tears? Let me see if I can find it. There we go. It goes, fear arises from the thought that I am alone, separated from my Creator. Yet, in reality, it is the Creator perceiving the Creator and creating the perception that God is separate from God. So instead of thinking of, your fears, as this thing externalized from you, like something that's threatening you, you as God, as the perceiver, are seeing that thing that is separate from you and convincing yourself that you are separate, that you are alone because God is separate from God. That if you, as God, created the perception that you cannot be separate from yourself, that would be a limitation. And you cannot be limited within infinity. It's pretty brain melting. Very nice. And then I had one of these called to me while I was flipping through it. This one. Everything in creation contains the perfect love of God. The rocks, the leaves, the feathers, even the people shouting in the background. Click-clacking on their keyboards.
Click-clack.
Murdering dinosaurs. Love is true. All is well. Thank you for manifesting with me, for saying that which you want to be. I appreciate it so much, Aunt B. The little hustle. I will feed my dog breakfast as a carefully eyeballed balance of what she needs every morning, with a treat and a vitamin routine, but I often do not eat breakfast. It's not bad not to eat breakfast. It's more bad not to get the nutrients you need, right? And I think that's what I mean when I say people would feed their dogs better than they feed themselves, because the nutrient ratios, even in kibble, in like the pellets, is better than certain people eat at this point in our existence, like legitimately. So I appreciate you, who needs tears. Thank you for taking care of yourself, taking care of your little doggy as well. You've got the something that you do, friend. Absolutely. Love is in everything. In everything. Like I'm feeling the wall against my back right now. I'm imagining that statement in context of something like that. Feeling the pressure. There's a little bit of a heat exchange happening. The wall's a little bit colder than I am. It's giving me support. Sense of security, maybe. And yet, technically, we're not touching. Right. Like there might be electrons exchanging. That is technically how heat exchange works as well, right? Like molecules vibrate.
Molecules definitely vibrate when
And
heat
then,
is created, yes.
but the thing I'm asking is like if you're sitting or touching something cold, how does it get the energy from you? Does it slow the vibration of the molecules down in and of themselves, or is it an electron exchange?
I don't know. I think it's just vibrations against vibrations, and then the heat energy.
But maybe it's
transfers
like a magnetic field thing because they don't actually touch one another, right? So I'm trying to think how can vibrations influence other vibrations if
out.
there's
Do I
no
look like a
contact.
physicist to you?
I'm like trying to think of this in the context of love, dude. Like the fact that we can feel love touching another person in the same thing. Like, what is that?
I don't know that.
Interesting, if anything. Thank you, Red Clicker, for joining us on this beautiful Sunday. Entropy sets in at some point. Makes to death. That is true. It's nice to have you here again. Thank you for joining us, Red Clicker. It's nice to see you again as well, friend. Entropy does set in at some point. And it's something we got to share yesterday. This understanding that no matter how hard we try, even if we figure out how to do so technologically, we will never be able to live forever. Not in this realm of existence. And that almost comes back to the point we were trying to like touching on a little bit earlier in the whole understanding of dimensions, right? Like you can't touch the internet, but you know that there exists something as the internet. So there is this dimensionality, like you can go and touch servers, you can go and put your hand against a big box, but that wouldn't be exactly touching the internet. And yet, the internet touches you on a daily basis. Every single pixel generated by your screen, pulled off of the internet, that becomes a part of you. So again, in the same way, there is influence without any direct interaction, maybe in a certain way direct interaction happening. There can be love without touch. Trips. I am not abler. I'm not able to eat much food to make me feel better about my physical limitations. I buy food for others at the store. Miss Molly, thank you. Thank you for taking care. Thank you for sending love. Thank you for, communicating to the world that which you want to be. Like, I feel that can be something so difficult, and do bear with me, Miss Molly, if I say this, but this is a little bit of a shotgun theory that I've had where I feel people that are especially spiritually in tune have an even harder time eating food because like it's almost like surreal in a way. Where there's like a sense of separation that happens. One perspective. And then the other perspective is having a certain level of mental energy or, stuff. Just pure cosmic infinity, right? It can go both ways, positive or negative. Pure cosmic infinity flowing through you. And as a result of all of that internal energy you always have, it can be difficult to go into this external world and put more of that energy into yourself. So thank you, Miss Molly, for allowing me to share that as well. Joel joining us, saying good day to the fine people. Hope you're all as well and that it becomes well. Thank you for joining us, Joel. It's nice to have you here, friend. All is well. How are you doing? That is a good thing. Once I once yearned for eternity, now I long for death. I don't long for death.
Shit.
I think a vampire said this. There we go. Like it's not the direct words, but me and a few friends have shared this interpretation where there can be a passive longing for death, where there's a curiosity, there's a certain interpretation of what that would be, there's a certain feeling of what if, like the only way to know is to die, unfortunately. But we will know eventually. And what we're here to do is to know life just as much as we will eventually know death as well. And we have to say that to ourselves sometimes. We have to say to ourselves that we came here for a reason. We came here to live. We came here to have a good experience. We came here to share loving memories with others. We came here to play games. Play games
Kill dinosaurs.
on so many levels. And I don't even just mean computer games. Like I've had people play games with me all kinds of ways,
You?
You haven't?
I got dark.
You haven't, Christian?
What?
Haven't had people play games?
Haven't I had people play games with me?
Yeah, dude. Mind games, power play games. Like it happens sometimes, multiple times in a single day, dude. Oh, I'm gonna pretend to be this. This is who I am. I'm like, oh, are you? I see you.
Do you?
I see you, soul. Shiva, pretending to be but another incarnation of itself, but unwilling to admit the ultimate self. Oh, I'm this version of me now. Oh, I do these things. Oh, okay. Does that make you? No. Just like death can't make you. Life in and of itself can't make up you. Like it's a whole trip. It's a whole trip. And we get to experience it ceaselessly. And me and Christian shared a little bit of this yesterday. Where we terrify ourselves or convince ourselves of the worst only to be relieved when it isn't that way. And to be stuck in that trip for like so long, I feel like it's not something that serves me anymore. I can't allow myself to just trip out. Hey, so good to have you here, Isaac. You did? Wait a second, I think I missed a few. I think I missed a bunch. What time? Sending. Do this. What time? I have to go to my brother's baby shower today. It's going to be at around 6:15 my time, which is in an hour and a half, Shannon. Thank you for asking, friend. There's no expectation, of course. I love it so much. I love to unpack. Thank you for unpacking with me, friend. I feel like I'm doing the same. So my understanding is that vibrations, whoa, talking about vibrations. So my understanding is that vibrations are the starting of waves, and is that waves travel from one medium to another without necessarily touching. I like the thought of waves of love, kind of like the love that gently engulfs you, floating on the waves of love. That's beautiful. Thank you for floating on the waves of love with me. Brother Isaac, I was missing you yesterday actually, dude. We had Johan here with us. Missed my first stream in forever yesterday. Jasmine is very sick, so I've been in extreme hubby care mode. Just made a massive loving breakfast. Ooh, Isaac, healing hands. Say to yourself, I have healing hands. My hands heal things. Heals myself, heals my face, heals my body, heals my friends, heals the very food that I'm cooking, imbues it with the power to heal those that eat it. Thank you, Brother Isaac, for sharing with us. Thank you for being a loving husband. I appreciate that so much. Hope your travel went well. So excited for you to be there finally. Thought about y'all yesterday doing my archer push-ups. Thank you, Isaac, for still pushing with the bear. For being a super hubby, technically, at this point, surfing the waves of love to the journey of life. We are all a ship on the ocean of time or the ocean of love. I close my eyes and make islands inside my mind. It's a line from a Rob the Universe song. Oh, we are just ships on an ocean of time. I close my eyes and make islands inside my mind. The sun is coming up, shining far behind. I think it's something like that. Don't me. I'll flying Chuck Norris kick you or something, dude. Straight from a seated position, flex my butt cheeks so hard where I go flying to the air.
I see.
Stop in the middle of the air, flex butt cheeks again, thrusting in blank air with no mass forward into a flying.
What are you doing?
Yes, Christian. I'm giving you a visual as to how dangerous it is. Oh, goodness. Surfing the waves. Isaac, I'm getting ready to go now. That's about time. It's okay, Shannon. Thank you. Thank you nonetheless. Even in thought. I'm here to be a caretaker. I've known that since I was very young. In times like these, I'm thankful I get to fill my role. You have, Brother Isaac. Thank you for taking care of us as well, friend, with your loving energy. Hey, Isaac, sending love and Jasmine positivity and healing love energy, friend. Thank you. I'm seeing an onion, technically the shape of it, and it has like normal, almost onion layers on the outside. But then on the inside onion layer, it has like a purple layer, and then like a little house on the inside of that little onion. Maybe a little house, like a little fairy house or something. Saying love to Jasmine. The visuals have not stopped, Christian. They have not stopped though. Ever since staring into the face of infinity, now every single time I close my eyes, infinity is right there waiting. And it's just like, away. Oh yes, normal reality. Hooning, drinks water. Closes eyes again.
What is the matter with you?
You tell me, Christian. You get to hear all of the information, you can make a conclusion. Thank you both so much to all of you. She has one positive COVID test and one not. So just hoping that she heals fast, that she will. I forget you had a cactus friend. Nope. Unfortunately not, Brother Isaac. We were mistaken. Unfortunately not. I didn't lie, I was hopeful. Very hopeful. And now I'm more than willing to admit that I was hopefully wrong. Liar! That every single time I hear that liar scene, I think of the Star Wars scene.
Yeah, exactly where it's from.
Meld being not mushrooms, but the name of the chemical I can't remember. masculine, I believe. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, not. You know, it wasn't time. I feel like Christian manifested them to not be. You know, he was so convinced that the cactuses straight up changed their molecular structure. It was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
like in another universe, right, within the infinite potential, there was a realm of Christian where it was actually exactly that cactus. Unfortunately, it wasn't this one. Christian didn't believe enough.
Bitch,
It's all his fault.
don't blame my ass.
You see, now he's touched. Christian, now you're touched.
I'm not touched at all, my dude.
Just jealousy.
I'm like so calm.
I'm feeling pretty calm myself, actually. I'm feeling almost calm to the point where I could go for a nap. What did you have then, friend? What did you have? Nothing, Isaac. I mean, we did technically take a microdose today, but that's 0.25 grams. I don't know if it's that. Do you think it's that?
What? Visuals.
No. 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 I mean, like it still goes. Just now. Like it doesn't stop. Oh, my phone is going to die. I might port out, but sending love your way, friends. Happy to see you together and see you all here. I'll plug my phone in and I'll see you. Oh, you're asking about the visuals and stop. I'm saying that to him from the time that we were here. Like every single time I have a significant psychedelic experience, it kind of like I don't have a visual effect in my external environment as much, but in my internal environment extremely so. And it's almost like I've only grown into the depth of my ability to have the inside experience, but the external experience and being able to be in gratitude of how beautiful the external experience is exactly as it is allows me more of the internal experience. So I get better. If you're coming from now, Isaac, sorry. Plug my phone and we'll see it back. Sorry, I heard visuals, thought you were tripping. No. Not right now. Unfortunately, not right now. You're a huckster. I don't know what a huckster is. Do you know what a huckster is?
Nope.
You want to go to Google for me?
Nope.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know what that means, friend. So I can't feel bad about your insult or compliment. You know, I'm sorry.
A huckster.
I don't know. Huckster maybe sounds like someone that tries to swindle people or something. Huckster. I'm gonna go and huckster you or something.
I'm gonna huckster you.
Yeah, I wish I knew what the word means. Thank you though, friend, for the love. Morning Mel, thank you for joining us. Twaffle, so much love to you as well. Hi Twaffle. Now I want waffles. Yo, dude, how long ago have you had waffles, Christian?
Literally like 7 years.
Yeah, for me as well, dude. Like it's also been years. Waffles and ice cream would be kind of a vibe. You too, friend. Oh, I see. I love that. The space behind the eyelids is a magical wonderland. Oh, that it is. Like it's you. It's the infinity. It is that which you are when you're not projecting outwards. It's a whole trip. Kind of like a charlatan, a fake. Okay, thank you, Crambo. Is that how I say your name? I feel a little bit fake today, you know, I'm not even gonna lie.
Did he just call you a fake charlatan?
He just called me a fake charlatan. Like I feel that usually I have a little bit more energy, you know, to give you friends. But that's not what it's about. You know, I show up every single day. So if anything, I'm charlatanizing myself, dude. You know, coerce myself into doing something that I know will always allow me to feel. It will always allow me to feel. So it's a bit of an experience. You know, you get to decide whatever it is you want to decide. It's your choice, Cram. It's your choice. I genuinely believe we only see that which we are. We love you. Thank you, Cram. Love you too, friend. Like we only see that which we are, right? Like you cannot see something in someone else if you don't have some part of yourself that knows what that is. You know, if you see someone doing something that pisses you off, you've noticed yourself doing those things as well, and you know why that is not something you're supposed to be doing. Like there's a certain set of rules inside of yourself, right? You live in a certain way, you have a certain moral code. And the moral code that I show up for, I feel within the infinite complexity of this universe, is so simple because it's three words. It goes love, is true.
Not death and robots.
Love is true, Christian. Even within Death and Robots, love is still true. That love will be true no matter what. So that's why I show up, friend. Even when I feel tired, even when I feel, maybe I need some rest, even though I feel maybe, I don't know what to say. Still showing up, friend. Keep up showing up. And eventually you'll get there where you're going. Be the one behind the two. The one became two, the two became three, the three became everything. Single point, a line, and then a triangle. Thinking about speaking, right, and like what magic would look like. Like I do believe that writing is magic in a way. Like every single time you write something down, that's magic for me in a way. Because you're manifesting something from your mind onto reality, literally. Like you take a slice of reality and then you take a slice of reality that has liquid slices of reality, and then you slowly apply slices of reality over a paper. Like it's a whole trip just writing things, but doing so with the intention of creating positivity in your life, creating more beauty. Like what can that do for us? Like you can technically say things, only by writing them down as well. And it's the same for text. It's the same for text. So thank you, friends, for creating with me. Hucksters can have boden in it, or either baked beans. Maybe a huckster is then a type of meal. Thank you, Twaffel. I read it's someone that sells things, a person who sells small items, either door to door, or from a stall, or a small store. I'm not selling things just yet, friend. I have a Patreon, which you can support, and in supporting the Patreon, you'll have access to the works of art I make daily. I feel yesterday's work of art is one of my favorites in a while. I had to get creative with that one, and it's kind of trippy. So I get to make beautiful things that inspire my heart and soul, and I get to share it with the people that want to be inspired by my heart and soul, and then they get to inspire my heart and soul, and then it's a back and forth, friend. I do maybe want to sell prints of them, and I guess that could be a small store. So maybe I am a huckster, friend. Who knows? If that's the label you want to give me, and it gives you calm. Oh, okay, good. Oh, thank goodness. Whew, he's a huckster, or what are you? Huckster, or something. So okay, goodness. Now I can rest easy, having completely labeled this person and knowing everything they're about. Oh, now I know them. Good. I don't even know myself. Oh. I've been trying to explore the depths of my insanity, and yet I still have not even gotten close to the brim of it. Right? Still scratching the surface of an infinitely deepening core. I don't know, dude.
You sound emotional today.
I am a little bit emotional, Christian. I am a bit emotional, dude. Definitely. Feeling a bunch of things. Going through a bunch of stuff. Thank you for noticing, Christian. And checking in on me, dude. You are correct, friend. It was an insult. I don't care. I don't really care. Thank you, though. Oh, wait, a huckster. Don't they peel cobs of corn? And the silk? I mean, that one breaks my brain. Just imagine like a person, and the whole thing that they do is peel cobs of corn. And I'm guessing you mean like spider cobs, or is the cobs the little leaves that go around the corn? I don't know. I was thinking this morning how cool a tapestry with one of your fractal flowers would be. Shannon, thank you. That's the plan. That's what I'm gonna be working towards now. Over the next, I like before I want to leave here, I want to have something like that set up. Like I can only The universe can only give you as much as you believe you are worth, as much as you believe you deserve. And if I don't even believe I deserve abundance enough to want to, make my art available in a way that you can see it in your physical environment, how can that ever become a reality? We can only have one of the things. We have to say to the universe that which we want to be, and you say things with your actions as well. I'm feeling a bit odd today too. It's okay, Shannon. It's okay. Like we can still be loving. I think at least I'm trying to be loving. Am I not being loving?
No, you're being a dickbag.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be, in the words of Christian, a
Off the
dickbag.
record. It was a joke.
Uh, love is still true. I'm not sad. I'm not angry, but I'm feeling a little bit.
Must be that city air.
Yeah,
Must be strange.
it must be.
Sitting indoors again.
Like it is. Unironically, it is, Christian. That I think maybe that's definitely part of it. Adjusting. Low energy. Maybe a bit. So usually I have all of these like flying into my face, non-stop. But I don't need that to still have energy, to still be the generator of the energy in this moment, to still love and find fascination and beauty in this moment. Right? Like just looking down right now, I see this carpet and it has like short little bristles. And they're kind of like matted over one another. But they have like multiple different strands bunched together, and then these multiple different strands are kind of like meshing into one another in front of themselves. And then this carpet has a little bit of a longer one, and some of them are kind of like in a direction, some of them are standing a little bit erratically. Some of them almost look like matted to the point where they have like a silvery sheen to them. Like there's beauty, like there's ceaseless beauty. I've been staring at my scarf a few times as well, like it has a beautiful orange to it and has these little fractals on it as well. Like there is so much love, so much energy ceaselessly flowing into us, and it's just about whether or not we want to notice it. Thank you, Shannon, for loving us, friend, for just choosing love even if we feel low energy, or weird or strange. Let's go on, Husker. There is shucking. 2 oysters are shucked. Like shucking oysters is when you open them, I guess. I like my definition because we all know that Melt would teach someone to extra corn so that the person could clean corn on their own. I would. You do it like this, and then you do that, And I would probably want to teach them how to cook it more than how to peel it, but I guess that can go, hand in hand. I like yours as well. Thank you for joining us. When I've said one of us got dyslexia. I technically have dyslexia. I switch my D's and my B's, so I have to pay extra attention to what it is I'm reading. I woke in the night and wrote down about being locked in a cupboard. It took me 2 hours, and then I wrote it again in 3 sentences and went back to sleep. What's wrong with me? Insomniac? I don't know, friend. Maybe you're giving your demons somewhere to live. That's one of the most beautiful interpretations of creating things that I've heard, right? Like if you're creating something or writing something down or drawing something horrific, it's almost like that horrific thing that was inside of you have now put on a piece of paper, and as a result, it's now outside of you. Like you literally give your demons somewhere to live. So maybe that experience of you feeling like you were locked in a cupboard was so traumatic, was so hard for you to experience, that you decided to put it out in the world, create a visualization thereof, and then be able to do whatever you want with that. Like you can go and burn that. I would even encourage you to, unless it's in like a booklet that you've been journaling. Like maybe like if that is the way you want to create, do an entire journal, writing down all of the things that horrify you, all of the things that you don't want in your life, all of the things that you want to be melted away, right? And then at the end of the book, once you fill it, you burn it. You burn it. You burn all of those things that you burn all of those demons that you've given a place to live. So I think you're okay, Insomniac. Just use your fractal to your advantage. I suspect being indoors may be less conductive to high energy outsides. Outside, it's invigorating. It's less invigorating. I suspect being indoors may be less conductive to high energy. Outside is invigorating. I feel so. I feel so definitely, and it's also something that I really enjoy. Like I'm a little bit of a sucker, let's say, for the outside, for nature environments. So I feel you completely. It doesn't mean like you're sad, just a bit pensive. Being around my close friends makes me think deeply, and I value that time so much. If your friend helps inspire deep thoughts and introspection, he's truly a gift to be cherished. Yeah, Christian. Well,
I inspire pain and suffering.
yes, a little bit pain and suffering. But then, because I can realize how happy I can be regardless of pain and suffering,
Oh,
even more love and happiness to
you're welcome.
generating. What do you write about? I mean, ah, this is my little book of things worth saying, where I write things worth saying, you know, like little one-liners worth saying. So, opening randomly, my love, may love, direct each step. Simply, simply be. I cannot read right now. I'm tripping out. Like, thank you for asking, friend. I'm happy that you're asking because, like, I genuinely believe it's like spells. You're writing down these spells. Simply be the presence of love. Fear is always a contraction away from love. Be the truth that sets all things free. Creation is waiting to move through me. So there's a few, like, and I have like a bunch written into this. And then this is my book of manifestation right now. Right, so write down what you want to manifest. Write down why it should become manifest. Write down how it will become manifest. And then see it as already happening, has already happened, and then be grateful. So that's the formula for these manifestations. And then I'll read this one to you. This one came with the lunar moon directly after my birthday. You know, and it was this, I had on my birthday this genuine moment of feeling like I have let go of something in myself. You know, I've let go of this interpretation that I'm lacking, that I'm not capable. You know, so I wrote down this, and this is idealized, right? Again, if it's spells, if writing things down is what you become, even in part, you want to write things down with the most intention and the most power. Like, even if it's ridiculous, even if it's completely out there, however you want to say it, you can if you believe it. And I do. So this is the thing I wrote down. It goes, I am manifesting the ability and capacity to uplift and set free any being in my energy field. This field expands out from me and envelops the whole. Beings who get close enough to hear me or see me will become enlightened. Enlightenment meaning to me realizing that you are light, realizing that you are more than just this body. The love in my heart and being for all of existence comes from the knowing that we are one, that what I see is me, and that love is true. In this moment, I notice how much more I could be loving myself. My yoga teacher training has helped me grow more than I could imagine. Manifest. Manifest. You can, friend. You can. It's like spells, you know, writing down things that you want to become, saying things that you want to become, being that which you want to be. You know, instead of like being so caught up in who you've been, getting caught up in who you want to be, who you could be. Ganja is the ultimate fuel. It helps. It definitely helps, but I don't think it's the be all end all. Like, I feel ganja can also be very detrimental when it comes to the utilization of the other tools you have. So it's about balance, curve, okay. His vegan bicycle. That's so beautiful. I have a vegan bicycle, Christian. I wonder how that works. Does it mean that I'm the one that's a vegan and I ride a bicycle, or is the bicycle the vegan? It only eats
I go through enough existentialism today, man. Don't ask me what
When-
love vegan is.
Listen, if I have to suffer these comments, you do too.
No, I don't.
You do too.
I really don't.
This is what I have to deal with sometimes. That ultimate fuel medicine toy. It is one thing and many things. Whew. And it is all things as you are. Friends, thank you for joining me here today, for sharing this moment with me, for being present. I am going to be having another stream, technically, right? With the Shanga in about an hour from now. So I'm going to be preparing for that. Going to make sure I'm set up properly. And then I would love to see you friends there if you would like to join me. I'll be posting a link in the Discord. Love to you friends. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you friends again very soon. Goodbye everyone. No energy. Thank you for being here with me regardless of that. I appreciate it so much, Shannon. You honor me. Genuinely. Goodness. Love to you friends. I'll see you friends again very soon. Hope everyone has a good day. Love to you, Melton Moore. Thank you, Shannon. Love to you too, my friend.